slumber, liberties are taken. Some ink in just a blink. One is now awakened. But does he see what he does unto me? In his sleep, he is fighting with his axe and his might, he doth fight. Then awake in confusion. It's on your head, Quinch, krill, quinch, krill. It's on your head, krill, quinch, krill, quinch, oh. With that result we stride like heroes back into the town. The triumphant welcome will have to wait as flames lick all around. Why does every town visitor come to fire? What's the common factor in Dyson Desire?
Quinch here. This episode of Dyson Desire is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Use code DESIRE20 for 20% off and free shipping. On a recent trip to Burrows Gorge, I took my new Performance Package 4.0 with me. It's Manscaped's newest bundle and features the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, along with some extremely comfortable briefs, a useful travel bag, and the star of the show, the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. Oh, I've just got that all of these are gardening puns, aren't they? They should have come to me, eh, Dweezil? Huh? Reminds me of the time we went to the back alleys of Goblin's Grove and came out with green fingers. Anyway, the Lawnmower 4.0 has changed the way I maintain my dragon manes down there, if you catch my drift. It's waterproof, which means I can splash and spill to my heart's content, and it snags me less than my last trimmer too. It also uses magic to light up... What? I can't say magic. Well, I don't know how it lights up. Okay, it uses the power of light to illuminate your immovable rod so you can trim up down there with precision. Go to manscaped.com, which is near Tribor, and use code DESIRE20, that's DESIRE20, for 20% off and free shipping. Right, it just says end of ad here, is that what... Oh, right. Enjoy the show.
Are you willing to help out with the fire? And then once that's dealt with, I promise you, we can sit down and we can have a talk. In fact, there's other things I wish to discuss with you before before you leave, if you are intending on leaving. I don't know why I keep asking you to leave, but there you go. Yes, are you happy to assist with the fire?
Yeah.
I look towards Dweezil. The way that in Avengers, the cops look towards Captain America in the Battle of New York.
Lovely.
Greg is... Sorry. I would love to help, but I'm quite a frail old man, you see, so I think I'm just going to sit down in the caravan park and watch out to make sure no one returns. And I can sound the alarm, you see, if we do get any more trouble.
Yeah, that sounds excellent. I mean, the other four of you, are you going to the fire?
Yeah.
Which one of us had that special ability that can manipulate water?
Nobody had that special ability, Quinch.
You're getting us mixed up with Avatar.
Technically, yeah. Greg did have move water or create water.
No.
Oh,
You keep your nose out of this, Nathan Peterson. This is a conversation between the circus. You're mistaken, Quinch. Greg's going to go and have a sit down near an unspecified location in the caravan park while we sort out the problem.
Yes, okay. I'm going to go and waft and splish and splash.
And then tackle the fire.
I wander over to Dweezil and I'm like, Dweezil, am I right in hearing that Quinch attacked you?
Krill, you attacked me.
No.
You attacked me with your axe.
I think it was made perfectly clear earlier that somebody accused Quinch of attacking you. You may be concussed and misremembering. Why would he attack you?
Krill, can you roll me an insight check?
Oh, yeah. A 5. Yeah.
A 5. Okay, carry on.
So what happened?
Do you see Quinch carrying an axe?
I don't believe so. He just carries that big shit sword.
Exactly. Look at the wound in my side.
His shit sword couldn't do that.
It couldn't. It's clearly been caused by a well-honed axe.
Wow.
Which member of our party do you know who carries an axe capable of doing this?
Wait a minute. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Are you saying Quinch stole my axe?
While you were both asleep.
I'll kill him.
Is this on the walkover? Is this on the walkover to the fire, or you just stood there?
I've stood in his way. I've stood directly in his path to address this issue.
7 people have died in a fire while we've been having this conversation.
Quinch is seen in the background carrying a pair of triplets. Yes, a pair of triplets. 6 baby children. He places them next to the flame-grilled corpses of their parents.
Oh, God.
Krill is an interesting choice of words.
You start walking over, or you have walked over. I don't know. I've lost track of where you are physically. Greg has walked over to the caravan park, which was essentially you were sort of, like I say, just to the north of the town. Greg essentially would have just carried on walking, and you would have eventually arrived to the caravan park and the town square. The other 4 of you, in fact, Duratha actually hails down one of the. I mean, it's obvious to go. You can see the fire from where you are, but just to be clear, she hails someone down to sort of like lead you to where essentially you need to be. And in fact, it's Quinch that first notices that it's actually Kent that she's hailed down. And she says, "Oh, can you take these 4? They're going to help with the fire. If you can just take them that way, that'd be great." And Kent rolls his eyes, having seen who's there.
What is it about you and me and a big hose?
Oh, I knew the town's ablaze, but I didn't expect we'd run into an old flame, eh, Quinch?
And he says, "Quinch?
Kent?
How have you been?"
Bloody well. Sleeping well, having nice dreams.
Good.
I can't get the thought of you out of my head.
Good. Anyway, let's go. Let's go this way. My wife and various other people are already over there.
I've never seen Nate look so visibly uncomfortable before.
I love how Nate decided to bring Kent back into it, but then absolutely bottled flirting with MJ at the last minute.
Yeah. And it won't be the last time I bottle MJ. No, that's right. So Kent leads you over rather, stoically. He actually genuinely he's trying his best not to flirt. He sort of semi regrets what happened between himself and Quinch, and nothing against Quinch. It's just maybe it was a night of passion he didn't expect, and he doesn't necessarily wish to continue down that path. Anyway, speaking of paths, you all head towards you, and as you get closer, you can smell the fumes. You can feel the heat on you. And he takes you to, like I say, there's a pool that's not too far from where the fires are. You can see now there's actually 3 buildings on fire. And you can just see people just rushing to and from, just essentially not a conga line. What's it called? A production line.
Seems a weird time for a conga.
Let's put the fire out. Let's all put the fire out.
Oh, it's this tropical heat, I tell you.
Whatever it's called, a production line, whatever. I don't know, fucking some sort of line. And they're just leading. They're leading buckets up there and trying to put it out. He essentially.
It's the thought of a conga line in the middle of a burning village. It's probably the most inappropriate thing you could do.
It's fine. So as you get closer, they essentially they try and station you towards actually closer to the fire. Rather selfishly, the people have been dealing with it, and they're just trying to get you up there to try and help out. As you approach, Dabov, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw? Perception. Sorry.
Perception saving throw, or just perception?
No, just perception. Sorry.
Shit. 5.
Okay.
It's going well.
And Alki's there, and you haven't even noticed her.
Oh shit! Where'd this fire come from? Fucking hell.
As you get closer to the fire, you're actually one of the closest of your four to the fire. And just as you approach, the flames are just flickering, and again, with the adrenaline and everything that's gone on in the past couple of hours, you feel like you hear something. You feel like you hear screaming inside, and then you just hear the noise of sort of timber falling and the building sort of semi-collapsing, and you can just see actually one through the window, and you actually see two people in the window, a female and a younger male, more teenage.
God, I wonder where this is going.
Do you want to do anything? Do you want to
Yeah. Come on, Dabov.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll yell to the others. We need to get these two out of this house, and direct whatever the water flow is to that house, I guess.
Okay. So you do that. You start sort of throwing water towards it. You start directing it towards this building in particular. The flames start receding, and you can still see the two people in the window. But with the slightly lower flames, you can actually make out some details now. Can you roll me another perception, please?
I really hope it's just a painting.
No. Again, Dabov doesn't know what it is, but Luke does. Oh, that's a bit better. 19.
19. Yeah, you can now quite clearly. I mean, the smoke has definitely started to dissipate, and you can see a lot better now. And you see the two figures there, and then you can hear them shouting and screaming still for someone to rescue them. But now you can actually a bit closer and a bit without the smoke in the way. You can actually see that they are two tieflings.
They're Dabov's illegitimate children. So he's yelled for us to come over. Krill's approached. The window situation.
Talk to me.
Is it feasible?
First floor.
First floor.
The window he's looking through is first floor.
How's he looking through a first floor window?
As in, he can see them through the window at the top.
He's looking up. Okay.
Yeah, they clearly can't escape because the fire's sort of locked them into that room, and it's.
Is there anything I could climb?
No, the outside of the building. Just claw into it. Is that
a feasible? Is that a real? Could I realistically attempt that?
No, not really. It's you, there's nothing on the outside of the building that could help. I mean, someone could sort of boost you up.
Dabov.
If only
you up there.
If only one of you had wings.
Yeah. How's about we just send Quinch up to get the people from near that window?
I don't know. Quinch looks a bit chilled.
I don't think I've seen anything.
Did you not hear him yelling?
Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry. Oh. What?
Quinch, there are people trapped in that window up there.
Oh, should I
There are
go
people
and
trapped on the first floor.
should I nip up and get them?
Absolutely, go.
Quinch darts.
Uses the word nip up in an emergency.
Just pop up there.
With haste.
Pop upstairs.
Goes up there, tries to jimmy the door open. Sorry, Jimmy. He grabs it. He grabs the handle.
Semi-open window. It's an open window.
Semi-open.
So you're outside the building for first. Let's just clarify the position for MJ, who clearly wasn't listening. You're outside the building.
No, I know we're outside the building.
The building's on fire. Dabov has seen 2 tieflings in the window of the building that's on fire.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, no,
said that
that's...
we need to get.
Sorry, man, I just didn't know if fucking windows were fucking open.
You thought there was a door on the first floor. You thought that there was. You fly up to the first floor and open the door.
Could be a hayloft.
I feel like
You did.
if we have American listeners, they're going to be very confused.
Oh, did I say?
Right now.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realise I said door. I apologise.
Okay, well there you go. Don't apologise. Let's just get on with the D&D.
Just open the window. Yeah.
Yeah, the kids just stood there like...
I yank the window things open, rip them off, and do I have the strength to pick up these? Are there 2 tieflings actually here? Or is it a vision?
You open the window if it was even needed opening, and yeah, all you see inside is just fire flickering away.
Did you say there were 2 tieflings up here?
Yeah, can I still see them?
Roll me a perception.
Well, that's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20. You can still see the tieflings, but just at the moment that Quinch gets up there and he opens the window. Quinch, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
I'll certainly try.
What's going on?
Am I allowed to deduce what's going on?
In a second.
Cool.
14.
14. You take...
Is that a saving throw, MJ, or is that a skill check?
That's the one on the left, right? Is that the numbers on the left?
The saving throws.
In a box that says saving throw at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay. So just as you open the window and just sort of stood there and you sort of turn, just this sort of burst of flame comes flashing outside of out of the window and hits you sort of in the back, slightly singeing your wings, and you take 2 fire damage. Dabov, with his perception check. Did you do a perception check for me?
Yeah, rolled a 20.
You did. 20. Just at that moment, as the almost split second, just before the fire flicks out, you just see Destiny and Grin looking down at you, and a demonic smile on their face as the flame flashes out of the window, and they disappear. And just behind you, you just hear Dabov.
Dickhead. I say in character.
So Quinch, you're still flying, by the way. And yes, you've been slammed. You've sort of turned around, shouted down to Dabov, "Are there any tieflings here?" Smashed in the back by a bit of fire. Dabov at the same time has noticed that the 2 tieflings have sort of essentially disappeared. So it's up to you two to decide what you want to do next.
Should I go inside and try and find these poor souls?
No, next.
Yes, Quinch.
Next building. I'm just gonna.
What?
They're in the next building now.
Yeah, let's move on.
What? Dabov, you said there were. What's going on, Dabov?
I think it's the curse again. I'm seeing things. Shall I go sit with Greg?
So there aren't any. There's nothing up there. Are you sure?
Yeah, I very clearly saw Destiny and her child. No time for comedy.
There's a door up here too. No.
It was a hell of an explosion. I mean, by all means, check the building, see if there's anyone else in there. But
yes, Quinch, go in.
Can you see anyone while you're up there?
I can't see anyone. I can go in, but I think I will get burned.
No. First rule of firefighting, you don't endanger extra people. So we'll see if we can put it out from the outside or see if there's anyone in the other buildings.
Okay. So you are you going to try and carry on with? So are you going to try and finish this one, or do you want to sort of like join another line? I mean, you could split up. There's nothing to stop all four of you going.
Can I see anything there are from any of the other buildings? Any other signs of people being in buildings or any emerging priorities?
You can't from your vantage point. You can't see anyone else, hanging out windows or anything like that. You do see, a couple of people who are injured, who have been in fires and have been, have got out. But there's nothing that you can see in terms of anyone else. You can't hear anyone else calling out or anything like that.
I guess we just put out the building that's most likely to spread further into the town. So whichever the front line is, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until something presents itself.
Yeah, yours. Kent would have actually led you to the nearest building, essentially. So that would be actually theoretically the closest, certainly to the town square. It's obviously you've been helping a little bit, and you have sort of helped put a bit of this fire out. So it is starting to diminish somewhat, as are the others. To be fair, because obviously other people are working on those as well. It's not like it's just one line to one building. So, you can carry on here or you can move about, but ultimately the end goal will be the same. You help out the rest of the crew, and you after a little while, a couple of hours, you manage to put out the remaining fires. And it's worth noting actually, because of the amount of sessions we've had, we're actually sort of starting to get a little bit later in the day, because you started the morning at Tamara's. Did you, or was it night time? Because you would have been to. Did you sleep there? Just trying to think. You went out for tiramisu.
I believe that was early, afternoon. It was lunchtime.
Yeah, this would be evening, won't it?
So the sun is definitely setting, and there's actually some. Beauty's probably the wrong word, but there is something quite beautiful about the flames flickering away in the nighttime sky. But obviously a very dangerous thing, and you eventually managed to put out, you and the rest of the town managed to put out the three buildings. You like I say, you see some other people who have been injured, some people that have been quite badly injured. Others obviously even less fortunate. And you obviously are aware from what Darathra said that some people have unfortunately very possibly lost their lives today. And there's an element of actually all of me roll an insight.
I take it not me included.
Yeah, not you. Sorry, the other four.
20 on that one.
So I got a 19 plus whatever.
Five for Dweezil.
Yeah, full say 5.
5. So it's perhaps it probably hits all of you at different times, but certainly quickest Dabov and Krill. There's an element of you can't help but feel that. For all the good that you did, for the fact that you did save the town from the giants, the sadness is that you couldn't save everyone, and that whilst this may not be your fault, this is not something you courted, this is not something that you probably could have defended, but the sad thing is that you chose one path, and these people died potentially because of you choosing that path. Who knows what would have happened if you made the other choice? So we get to the end of the day. You're actually quite close where you are to the North Shield house where you've been staying, and it's up to you whether you what you want to do at this point, whether you want to go and try and visit Darathra. It is getting on, and obviously everything that's happened today is whether you want to address her and tomorrow now, or whether you want to sort of get some rest.
can't leave it overnight.
No, because we've locked her in that room.
In a room, it's...
Do we know if that building was affected by the fire?
Which building? The she's got up in front.
Which
six
one
windows.
is she in?
Sorry, Sam.
Yeah.
Did you just make a reference to a thing from notes there?
No, from memory.
Wow. No, it's not. The completely opposite side of town. You're very much the six windows was up in the northwest, whereas this is sort of east northeast.
Right.
So you want to?
Yeah. Does half of us want to go check that she's still locked in there, and the other half go get Darathra?
But I guess what? So we're going to bring Darathra to
where we've got her
locked
contained.
6 windows. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
So you want to go to Darathra? Did you say?
Yeah. Can we just try and wrap up a quest? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Okay, it's worth noting Greg is still sat on his own. Actually, we're going to pause you for, and we'll go to Greg. Obviously, while the fire's been going on, what have you been doing, Greg? Have you been, what have you been doing while you've been in the caravan park?
Greg's gonna walk up to where the digging of the giants was happening. He has set up tent, so the tent is covering over the kind of like hole they were digging, if you will.
Forensics tent.
Just so no one can see that hole there.
Forensic Greg.
And then he has
CSI
sat
Wallows.
outside said tent, looking into the hills in the distance while brushing his beard with a beard comb, because it's very important, maintenance.
Yeah.
How many hands has
just
Greg got?
Huh?
How many hands has Greg got?
This is like in the period of time you've been putting out fires, so I'm going to say this is over like...
I thought you meant he was doing them all at the same time.
No. And then he's just got a coffee brewing and like a fire.
Speaking of beard maintenance, now's a good time to talk about our new sponsor, Manscaped. For the older, younger, the connoisseur of follicle challenged, I don't know what I'm saying. Greg, all right. So you've done that. So are you just sitting by? Are you literally just sitting watch? You're not going to try and dig for anything, or what? Do you want to investigate the scene? What do you want to do?
I mean, it isn't a forensic tent, but I'm guessing it's pretty far down. If giants were digging for it and not getting anywhere.
Yeah, you can tell. So basically, when you saw the giants and them digging, they were digging with big old long swords, like long swords fit for giants, not even just what Quinch is hauling around. And they were essentially using that as a makeshift shovel. So they would have, that would have been bigger than your traditional shovel end, possibly. And they were digging through, and they got a few rounds into it, a couple of rounds into it. So they've probably dug a hole that's maybe 10 foot, something like that, maybe give or take. So there's a noticeable chunk taken out of the campsite. But from initial investigation, you can't see anything else beyond that other than this just weird large pothole in the campground.
Yeah, I mean, for the minute, I'm going to leave it.
Okay.
Because I do have a plan, but I need to have a sleep before I can do said plan.
So, are you going to sleep in the tent?
I will wait for my colleagues to return before having a sleep.
Okay.
Camaraderie, and just don't make out that I'm just sleeping while they're all doing stuff.
All right, no
that
worries.
is what's happening, but...
Yeah, I mean, but it's worth noting then. So the other four of you, did you say you wanted to go to Darathra?
Well, half go back.
I want to go half and half.
Half go back to check that our captive is still there, and half go get Darathra and bring Darathra to our captive.
Yeah.
I think.
I reckon as the talkies, you guys go and do the bringing,
Darathra.
and we'll go restrain the old lady.
Do you know how to operate Dabov's rod?
Oh yeah, because the rod's sealing the door, isn't it?
Oh, that rod. Oh.
I'll allow. I mean, if genuinely, I mean, my understanding is it's quite a straightforward thing, but I'm sure Dabov, if you want to tell them, that's not a problem. I mean,
there's just like a button on the end, but I'd recommend leaving it in place until we get there, Just
That's
keep
fine.
her.
We'll just knock and make sure she's still home.
Yeah, pretend to be firefighters or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We won't be long.
It's about now that I wish I still had the list of names that you gave her when you stayed there under false pseudonyms. Because I don't have that.
I was Ima. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but you're not going, so that's not very useful. I'm gonna plough you or something like that, wasn't it?
That was it.
God. I was probably just Derek again.
Awful.
Anyway, right, we'll deal with that in a second. So basically, I mean, as a group, you can still walk in the same direction for somewhat. You know, you're walking. You know, essentially, there's a point where the town square and the Lord Protector would be essentially in your pathway, realistically. So you can get to the town square altogether. And once you get there, actually, you notice that CSI Wallows has set up camp, and is asking people not to trample through his crime scene. And so, yeah, whether any of you wish to approach him before you go and see Darathra, or whether you want to do it after, or it's up to you.
Quinch, Krill, well, we'll go and get Darathra. You go and just give Greg the heads up on the way to the 6 windows.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. So, I'm going to deal with... What am I going to deal with first? Let's deal with the barbarians going to pop their heads into Greg, because he didn't do much, really, so let's keep it going for him. So yeah, Quinch and Krill, you want to approach the tent?
Let's go up to Greg and see what he's doing. Hello, Greg.
Could you stand behind the road, please, unless you've got a pass?
Oh, I don't understand what you're saying, but yes, it's me. Fuck's sake, why did we remove our name tags?
Okay. Well, have you finished putting out the fires in the town? Is everyone safe?
Yes.
Everyone well?
We saved some people and some animals, but unfortunately some people died. We tried to do that thing that they do in books where someone's died and they cover their head with your hand and push it down their face to close their eyelids, but they were so badly burned that their eyelids disintegrated. It was quite sad.
I mean, I don't know what I'm more surprised at here. Probably the fact that you've read a book.
It was read to me.
An audiobook.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Very well, but are you guys ready to start digging then? Are we ready to excavate this ground right here?
I'm always ready to bury myself in something. What are we burying?
No, we're digging, not
Oh,
burying.
right. What are we digging?
We're digging in the hole.
Let's do it then. Would you prefer that I used my wings as big shovels, or hey shit hands, or...
I mean, you can use whatever you like. Feel free to make a bloody sandcastle for all I care. Just let's get digging and get this the Volinrod dot.
So I'm not going to stop you. You're going to do this. I just want to put a pin in this and just make sure that you do realise that you were supposed to be going to tomorrow, which was the more pressing, supposedly that's so pressing that you couldn't wait till morning. Instead, you wish to carry on digging. That's fine. We're doing this.
Immediately got distracted.
Yeah. I mean, Krill's actually tapped out of it altogether. He's basically still thinking about his 12-year-old when he's.
When
he was
still very much haunted by the dream that I've not spoken to anybody about.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Joe, what? That's gonna happen. I'm not even gonna roleplay that. We're gonna just shoot over to the Darathra brothers, Dabov, Dweezil. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button on your favourite podcast app to ensure you don't miss any future instalments of Dice and Desire. And in the meantime, if you want to interact with us, come and find us on Twitter and Instagram at Dice and Desire.
We're going to give it another go. It's a bit more zing. A bit of zing. Zing. Yeah. Ready? Hello. With a hello. No.
Hello.
Wait till I get through the whole thing. Ready? Wait till hello with a billowing hilltop.
Hello.
Oh dear.
Waiting to get through the whole thing.
No. I mean,
I thought that was the whole thing.
The whole thing is hello with a billowing hilltop. Okay, that's the whole thing. Yeah?
Okay.
That was right.
That pretty much sums up the show. But if you want to find out any more, you can visit us at www.billowinghilltop. Is it com? Does anybody know?
.org.
Is it? It's .com. What do we do? What do we play?
There's monsters.
Does anybody remember?
Walking around.
I don't know.
And, yeah.
We will be delighted if you were to join us around our table as we play Dungeons. Is it 5th edition? Hello?
Yeah, we think so.
Yeah. Yes. We play Dungeons and Dragons.
In the background?
Sorry, that was me.
What was that noise in the background? There will be noises in the background as we play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition through the classic Paizo adventure path, The Age of Worms. You can expect this. No! Quite a bit of this.
I'm completely lost.
This. This.
Got a bugbear in my underpants.
And one of these.
Oh dear.
We're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Spotify, and we're on TuneIn, and you can find us on Twitter, and you can find us on Facebook. And we hope you join us. Thanks very much.